Hello! Welcome back to the second last video of Fluval Project Management Program. It's the sixth week already and we are talking about the final phase. One important element of the final phase of a project is the writing of the project report. The project report summarizes all the results of the project. It's this kind of document that shows what has been done in the project. It's like a legitimation of your work as a project manager, as a project team. Now, again, as in the last video, uh, think about the various levels we are talking about. In the project report, we will describe the product, but it's not the product. It's the elements from project management that will be described there. Now, what belongs in a project report? Open brackets at the moment. You remember in the project concept and already in the project order, I said we need to define the reporting. There should be defined already which are the points you have to write down in project report. Brackets closed. So, typically in a project report, there's one chapter that shows the initial position, the objectives. It's like a watching back. What did we want to do? Where did we start with the project? What has been the intentions to go for this project? For example, this funny man that wanted to have this Hotel Fantasia in Mainfeld because he loves the region and so on. That is the starting point of the project. And then we define the objectives. The objectives is to set up this 100-room hotel with blah, 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 all these points. So you give a clear communication, that's where we started, that's what we wanted to reach. Next point is that you give an overview over the project flow. In the planning, you created a Gantt chart where you showed how you planned the project. Now it is interesting to show how the project was running. Which has been the gaps and why? It's not about right or wrong or good or bad planning. It's about just stating, oh, we did good planning, we hit it. Or, oh, this phase took much more time because we had to wait for the government, for the permission to construct, or we didn't manage to fund the project in time, or. That are the points we should show. The easiest way is to just revise the original Gantt chart and show how effectively the project was going. If you don't know all the details, go back to your project reports and you will find the most important points. And next element is to show the project team. In the planning we had an organizational chart already, but maybe during project flow this changed. Maybe you hired additional team members. Maybe you needed more competencies within the team in special areas. So it's important at the end to state who was involved with which package in the team. Ideally, an organizational chart show responsibilities, show the work efforts every team member contributed. Then, of course, you should give some kind of description of a product. Make beautiful photos of the hotel, give some pictures of the grand opening with the president or the movie stars or whoever was there to really sell your product. Don't go into the technical description. This was done during the handover phase. You can reference them or put them in the attachment if you want. But here it's just to give the overview. We reached the goal. Next step, and now is coming the project management part. You shall evaluate the project. Project evaluation is very important, and that's the mature part of the project. Here you can be self-critical, not self-killing, not suiciding, but self-critical. A real assessing of the work of the whole project team. There are two questions to be answered. First, we call this verification, first part of the evaluation. The verification shows whether we reached the project objectives. We wanted to plan a hotel. We have a hotel. Done. We wanted to plan a hotel with 100 rooms. We have 120 rooms. Done. We want the hotel on a 4-star level. We have a 4-star superior hotel. Done. We want to have the hotel opened at 1st of November. We opened at 15th of December. Not fulfilled. Reason? Blah, 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 whatever. Not an excuse, just state. Second part of the evaluation is the validation. We started at the beginning of the project with an intention to go this path. Now we are at the point where we should think about, was it really worth to invest that much of money, time, resources to reach this result? It's nice to have this hotel now, but it's not worth because nobody's coming. Hopefully not, of course, but that are the questions we have to answer now. Hopefully you make it proper controlling, and if it's not worth to go this path, you will find this out during the project. And last but not least, you have to create a list of lessons learned. That is really, really important. We mentioned before already, a project is something you typically do just once, the same project. But they are, on a systemic level, elements you really can learn from. For example, if I'm planning a hotel, I need to have 6 months to get permission to construct. So I don't have to plan next hotel I'm planning, which is another project, for 3 months because it's not realistic. And you see, these elements are very important. It's very beneficial to the project to maybe make a kick-off meeting of 2 days, take the whole team somewhere out in the green, in the middle of nowhere, no cell phone access, which is very often very helpful, and really concentrate on the project, make a brainstorming, make these rules of communication and teamwork, and then what we discussed last time. So these are approaches that are, or these are elements that you should identify, write down, and give to the project owner for the next execution of any projects. I think you see, a project report can be relied on the concept, a lot of elements you can take out there, adapt to the actual situation, and just write it down. It's not another 2 years you have to work on this. It's just go the way, enjoy it, and proper finalize the project. Any questions? Just exchange on the forum. I will contribute as well, and hope to see you soon again.